All right, what's going on, guys? We're keeping the streak alive. Today, we're going to talk about the history of Uncrustables. And you may be asking, like, what the heck? Why would anyone ever need to know the history of Uncrustables? Well, I've had my history with Uncrustables myself. Back in high school, I brought Uncrustables to lunch literally like almost every day of high school. And even currently, at my current job, like as an adult, I take Uncrustables to work pretty often. They're just so easy. Like, if I don't want to make a sandwich or don't have time to make a sandwich or I'm just feeling lazy, like, I'll just throw an Uncrustable in my bag and that's what I have for lunch. And like, my coworkers flame me. They're like, "Oh, like Uncrustable again," or like, "Where's the Uncrustable at?" And then my family flames me even more. They're just like, "Dude, like you're too old to be bringing Uncrustables. Like you need to start making like real meals. Like you have time. Like those can't be good for you. This and that." So yeah, but I rep it hard. Like I wear it on my sleeve. I'm a big Uncrustables fan. Shout out to Costco. They sell them in such big packs that they're always saving me. That's the last time I went to Costco though. They didn't have Uncrustables. But yeah, like all this Uncrustable talk. Like I even put on my roommate. Like my roommate wasn't really a big fan of Uncrustables, and I was like, dude, like I take this almost every day to lunch. Like they're my classic like clutch snack, and he's on the wave. Like he has him even more than me now, low key. So shout out Uncrustables. And this made me like ask myself the question, like who invented this? What's the history of it? When did like Uncrustables become a thing? So yeah, let's deep dive into it. So I'm gonna read this little tidbit off of Google just to get us started. The Uncrustable sandwich was developed in 1995 by David Gasecki and Lynn Crenchman to sell to schools. They were very simply two pieces of bread that were pressed together with the filling between them like peanut butter and jelly, and the edges were crimped. They filed for and got a patent on the crimping process. So shout out to them. They worked for Smuckers. This was in the 1990s, I believe. I think they got their patent in 1998. And the patent was like, I guess there was some drama around it because it's basically the crimping, like making it the edges sealed that they're trying to get the patent for. And there was this pastry company in Michigan that was like making a similar thing. And Smuckers was like, hey, like we have a patent on that. Can't be doing that. And then that Michigan pastry place was like, yo, like we've been making this. This has been a staple in the Michigan community since like the early 19th century. And so it got into like the courts, and the courts ruled that, like, and basically the courts ruled that the Michigan pastry place like had the right to make their pastry and whatnot. And then Smuckers went back to the drawing board basically and was like, now we got to get this patented. So they like redid the patent and added like small details about like the process of how they were filling the Uncrustable and how they were crimping it. So they got like really specific about it, and then they got their patent that way. So Smuckers is kind of out there. That was like a capitalistic move to get their patent like down to the wire. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like they had like if that ruled in their favor, not the Michigan pastry place favor, they would have had like a monopoly on like pastries that were filled with like that crimping style. And like empanadas had that same type of style. So just interesting about like food and patents and things like that. But yeah, Smuckers, I guess have been around for like since the 1990s. 1995 is when it was invented. 1998 is when they got their patent, and it was specifically to sell to schools for like for groms for kids. And so I guess it does like rule me out. Like I'm an adult, maybe I should leave the Uncrustables behind, but I got to ride it out for a couple more years. They're just too easy. They're too good. I usually go with the grape ones. I know there's jelly ones, or not jelly, strawberry jelly ones. Those ones are really good. I've seen honey ones before. Haven't tried those. I've even seen like meat, like sandwich type of Uncrustables. That was my other question, was just like, why are they only sticking to peanut butter and jelly, or like jelly, honey, strawberry jelly? Like, why don't they go into something else to put in between there, like more like an empanada type of thing? And I guess they do have all those products out there. You just don't see them too often. But yeah, this is kind of that's like all I could find really about Uncrustables. Shout out to Smuckers. I guess there wasn't too much to really deep dive into, but I thought it was pretty interesting, and I just thought I'd shout out Uncrustables because they've kind of been a staple in my life forever. And yeah, now I know that they're invented in 1995. The patent drama and history of it in 1998, and they're running strong now till 2023. So shout out Smuckers, shout out my guy who invented it, and yeah, I don't know when I'll stop eating Uncrustables. We'll see. I guess time will tell. I'll see you guys tomorrow as we keep the streak going.